The NNSCRA Offline and Online Racing at its best presents Speed World.
Stop number 3 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to the first short track race of the season. It is the running of the Mobile One 400 as we're here today on this V-shaped 3/4 mile racetrack known as Richmond International Raceway. As we're set for 60 laps of action here today, and you notice on the top of the ticker it says race 3 of 32. When I actually 2 races earlier, in the first race of the season, I had race 1 of 31 or 2 of 31, and now it says race 3 of 32. Well, we just added another race to the schedule. Actually, I added another race to the schedule to the Castrol GTX Cup Series, as race number 17 this season will actually take place at the Milwaukee Mile for the running of the Die Hard 300. That would be the first new race on the tour for, well, in quite a while actually. Not sure when the last track I actually added on the tour actually was, but anyway. So that will be coming up this season here. So it's now 32 race season instead of 31 as it originally was going to be. That all said, let's get the starting lineup here. On the pole, it is Dylan Young in car number 2, the Miller Genuine Draft Ford. Beside him is number 77, Laura Chung, the U.S. Air Jasper Engines Federal Mogul Ford. An all Ford front row. In fact, Fords have 4 of the first top 5 spots in qualifying. The lone exception is in third position. That is the set number 25 Boasser Chevrolet. Colin Cropley starts in third position, and alongside of him, Quentin Moore in car number 21, the Citgo Ford. Both carry in-car cameras. Row 3 has Casey Hoyt in car 75 and Christian Bracken, number 87, the Burger King Chevrolet. Good run for him in qualifying. Going to row number 4, it's car number 4, Eric Monaco, the Kodak Film Chevrolet, and number 11, Seth Cole in the Lowe's Home Improvement Ford. Fifth row has the Daytona 500 winner, Joshua Osborne in the Ray Besses Ford, and number 18, Nathan Orman, the Interstate Battery Chevrolet. Row 6 has Sarah Eisner in car number 41, and beside her will be number 9, Emmanuel Hartnett in the Spam Ford. Going to row number 7, it's car number 40. It is the comeback kid himself, Sean Galligan, the Kendall Motorola Pontiac car number 40, and beside him, Jessica Shelton, the Batmobile herself, the Batman Forever McDonald's Ford, car number 94. Eighth row is number 43. That is Matt McIntyre, and number 24, Caleb Fogler. Next row down has number 88, Kat Batson, and number 81, Samit Ozkan. Next row down has number 32, that is Andrew Rich, who had a terrific run at Rockingham, the last race we brought to you on the tour. And beside him is Trent Dunham in car number 1, the Skull Classic Ford. Next row down has car number 19, Carson Gum in the Hell Source Ford, and number 37, James Henry in the Kmart Little Caesars T-Plus Ford. Next round is number 15, Alex Miller, and number 71, Hiccup Bush in the Olive Garden Chevrolet. Next round is number 22, Dylan Pote in the MB&A Pontiac, and number 90, Jeff Leinbach in the Halleck Myers Ford. Leinbach also had a good run at Rockingham. Next round is number 33. It is Reggie Fogelman, who had a terrific run the last time he was here at Richmond last season in the night race. He'll be alongside Kyle Matthews, who dominated at Rockingham, the Coors Light Pontiac car number 42. Next round is number 16, Ali Liara in the Family Channel Ford, and number 6, Nathan Hudson, who's the defending champion of this event in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Next round is number 7, Alexander Rowe in the Excite Batteries Ford, and number 3, GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, the third in-car camera. It is Cole Deaver. Watch him come through the field pretty fast here at Richmond. Next round is number 29, Max Anderson, and number 12, Kyler Sustre in the main and tail straight arrow Ford. Next round is number 10, that is Michael Turner, the Tide Ford, and number 28, Keith Batson, the Texaco Haviland Ford. Next round is number 31, Raphael Leduc, and number 5, Bill Parker. Then it's number 23, Eric Sadler, the Smokin' Joe's Ford, and number 17, that is Mitchell Hodak in the Western Auto Chevrolet, and starting shotgun is Zachary Fitzwater, number 30, and the Quaker State Ford car 26 of Daniel Voyle sits alongside. So a pair of Motorola Company cars starting shotgun in the field. Daniel Voiles for Quaker State, and Zachary Fitzwater for Pennzoil. So that is your starting lineup here today at Richmond International Raceway here, as we mentioned. 60 laps of racing here today on this 3/4 mile D-shaped racetrack here, the fastest of the short tracks here, and one of 3 short tracks we have on the tour. Actually, one of 4 short tracks we have on the tour. The other 3 will be going to a little bit later this season.
gentlemen, start your engines!
Command's been given the party engines. We're set for racing here today at Richmond. As the race car looks to field off a pit road. I don't know why it does that. We'll be back for the start of the race right after this. Back at Richmond International Raceway in Richmond, Virginia, as the pace car leads the field into turn 3, getting ready for the green flag. It is an all-Ford front row. Dylan Young in the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Ford, and the 77 Jasper Engines Ford of Laura Chung here. As they come off the 4-turn, pace car makes a turn off on the pit road. The first short track race of the season is underway. The Mobil 1 400 at Richmond. Dylan Young takes the early lead here with Laura Chung in the second position. Cropley moves in the third spot now in car 25. Riding with Colin Cropley in car number 25 as the first lap is done here. Dylan Young has the lead on his first lap here at Richmond. And Colin also has the rear bumper cam here, and it sure always provides some tremendous shots on the short tracks we have on the tour. We mentioned there's 4 short tracks in this series. Richmond being one of those short tracks. The other 3 we'll be going to in races 6, 7, and 8. And those 3 will be Bristol for race number 6, race number 7 at North Wilkesboro, and race number 8 at Martinsville Speedway. And all 4 of those tracks have 2 races on the tour as well too here. Richmond, and this is one of 3 tracks we have on the tour as well too. That has his first race is a day race, and the second race is a night race here. The night race will be taking place in race number 25. The XI Batteries 400. That's the night race here at Richmond. Bristol also has a day race and a night race, and also Daytona has a day race and a night race. We already did the Daytona 500, and now the night race will be the Pepsi 400, the mid-season classic. So that would be coming up a little bit later on the schedule here, and of course we're just in race number 3 of the season here, in season 38. But of course, no rule says we can't look ahead on the schedule. Dylan Young continues to lead here, but Laura Chung up on the back bumper, that number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Ford there. Laura looking for any weakness out of Dylan Young, and Young goes up the track. Here comes Laura down the low side for the lead on Dylan Young in the turn number 3. And Laura makes the move to the low side. She's going to bring Colin Cropley with her, and Laura Chung, car 77, goes to the top spot. She'll get her bonus point for leading a lap. Of course, in any race on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour, since we did the new new point system, you get 1 point for leading a lap, and if you also get an additional bonus point for the driver, and also additional bonus points awarded to the driver who leads the most laps. And of course, the point system this season, since we have 42 cars in the field, is 42 points for the first place. Second place gets 41, 40 points for third place, 39 for fourth, and so on and so forth down the line to the 1 point awarded for the driver who finishes last in the series, last in a race. Casey Hoyt, car number 75. There he is, the Factory Source of America Ford. He just took third spot away from Dylan Young, who's now under fire from Joshua Osborne and Quentin Moore. Casey Hoyt, he is a rookie in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, but he's no stranger to the NNSCRA. He is one of the best drivers you got in the NNSCRA Duracell Next Gen Cup Series. That's Seth Cole's primary series. And Casey's won quite a few times in that category as well too. And of course, he also has been in my IROC series, which is the series for the drivers, for the top 12 drivers in the NNSCRA Duracell Next Gen Cup Series points. And of course, as soon as the current season of the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series winds down, we will be doing the IROC series, of course, and of course it'll still be Chevy Camaros. And the tracks will still be race round 1 at Daytona, round 2 at Talladega, round 3 at Watkins Glen, round 4, the 4th and final round at Michigan Speedway. On board with Quentin Moore in car number 21, the Citgo 40 is in 6th position right now in the Citgo machine as he Takes her into turn number 1, following Joshua Osborne in 5th. Saw Quentin 102 miles an hour in the middle of turns number 1 and 2. He'll take it in turn 3 at 138 miles an hour. And down to 104 in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Foot flat to the floor again. See how fast he goes down the front stretch. I bet he's already going to be over 146 miles an hour into turn number 3, or turn number 1, excuse me. And up to about 136 in the turn 3 this time. 104 in the middle of 3 and 4. Off the 4th turn, foot flat to the floor. And again, 146 miles. We saw 146 blank going in turn number 1. Running right there in front of Eric Monaco. Monaco runs in 7th position in the Kodak Film Chevrolet. Sean Galligan's in 8th spot. Christian Bracken had a terrific qualifying run. He's running in 9th position in the Burger King Chevrolet. That's the Nemco Motorsports colors from 1995, the year of this car set. And he's got a car 1 number up there on the inside, number 88. That's Kat Batson, the second Texaco Haviland car for Robert Yates Racing. Her and her husband, Keith Batson. Keith, who drives the 28 car. Struggled a bit in qualifying. Keith did. Kat Batson, though, not so much. She qualified very well in the top 10. And up behind her is the car that won last season's event with Nathan Hudson driving. This season it has Matt McIntyre, the driver of the STP Pontiac for Petty Enterprises. Matt taking the 10th position away here at Richmond. Alex Miller also advances spot. He's up to 11th now. Now Nathan Orman gets past Christian Bracken. That is for, I believe, the 12th position. Emmanuel Hartnett now in 14th, the Spam Melling Performance Ford. Caleb Fogler, car 24, up to the 15th position now. It's been a slow start for Caleb Fogler, although not quite as bad as it was last season. But and of course Caleb, I'm sure trying to get a little revenge from. Of course, Caleb Fogler, I'm sure, wants some redemption from the last time he was at Richmond. You remember he had started from the pole, led the first 46 laps of the race there. And I do mean the first 46 because on lap 47 is when he crashed while leading after getting caught by the crash that started by a couple of lap cars. And you could bet Fogler's still stinging from that, too. But here this season, Fogler hoping for a better season this year than he was last season. Last season was subpar, really, for the 24 DuPont Chevrolet, the Jeff Gordon colors. But Fogler did get a win last season. That was in the second race at North Wilkesboro. Reggie Fogelman, though, he had a terrific run the last time he was here at Richmond. This season now, driving for the Skull Bandit Chevrolet, the 33 team. And it's a good car, too. Ran good with Alex Miller driving last season. This season, Reggie Fogelman having high hopes for this season in the Skull Bandit Chevrolet. Fogelman running in 16th position right now. Hiccup Bush in car 71 there. He is an Olive Garden Chevrolet. That was the car Matt McIntyre drove to victory last season. And Hiccup right now running in 17th position, and this is his first ever season in the NNSCRA. He's made his Duracell Next Gen Cup Series debut, and Hiccup Bush really wants to mix it in there with the NNSCRA boys, and so Hiccup gets his chance in 2 series he is in this season. So Hiccup Bush looking to maybe turn some heads here in this series. We'll see what happens here. And we said Keith Batson was going to bust his way through the field. Look, he started his race, I think, back in the 30s. He's already up to 18th position in the Texaco Haviland Ford. And you can bet Keith Batson is driving like a man possessed right now here as he was trying to move his way up through the field. But he right now sits in 18th position. Nathan Hudson, defending race winner here at Richmond, runs in 19th, and 20th right now is Michael Turner in car number 10. Back to the leaders right now. Laura Chung right now runs as still a leader with Colin Cropley still right there behind in second position. We give you the rest of the running order here. Dylan Pote right now sits in 21st position. 22nd is James Henry. 23rd is Samit Ozcon. Jessica Shelton running in 24th spot. 25th right now is Casey Hoy. He's in the top 3 right now. 25th position is Seth Cole. 26 is Sarah Eisner. 27th is Zachary Fitzwater. Kyle Matthews, 28th. 29th is Daniel Boyles, up from his 42nd starting position. And Phil Parker right now runs in 30th. 31st is Carson Gum, then Trent Dunham, 32nd. Then it's Andrew Rich, Eric Sadler. The 12 car of... I've already lost... there's a 12 car. That's Kyle Sustre. Okay, in the 12 car, he's in 35th position. 36th right now is Max Anderson. 37th is Alexander Rowe. Rafael LeDuc. 38th. 39th is Ali Liara. 40th, unfortunately for him, is Cole Devers. Devers already got a scrape on the side of that number 3 Goodwrench Chevrolet. Got into it with somebody, obviously, as he goes through turn 3, trying to catch Ali right now in the 16 car. Mitchell Hodak is in 41st position, and running last right now is Jeff Leinbach in car number 90. But we're almost halfway home, and not the usual Richmond race here you would see in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Usually Richmond is a caution fest usually, but some good racing right now here. Laura Chung again is your leader, then Colin Cropley second. Casey Hoyt has now moved in the 3rd spot here, still trying to hold off Dylan Young in car number 2. Young was the pulser, led a couple of laps. Eric Monaco up to 5th position, excuse me, in the Kodak Film Chevrolet for Morgan McClure Racing. That is the 1995 Sterling Marlin car. And it's another guy who's hoping for better results. And Monaco knows his team is a whole lot better than what it showed the last few seasons in this series, of course. And Eric, of course, looking to put the number 4 car in victory lane this season here, and we know the car's got the capability of running good anywhere it goes, and especially on the plate tracks. Of course, this car does have has a history on the restrictor plate tracks, Daytona and Talladega, with Sterling Marlin and Ernie Irvan driving this car. This particular car is the Morgan Shepherd cars for 1995. Quentin Moore doing the driving. Quentin, of course, in his last season with the 21 car, when we go to the 1996 car set, it will be the 75 car he'll be driving. The 75 Remington Arms Ford. And problems for Eric Monaco. The car slowing dramatically down the front stretch here in the Kodak Film Chevrolet. I tell you what, though, if it wasn't for bad luck, this number 14 would not have any. He was running in 5th position, running very strong here, and now it's got problem setting on that number 4 machine right there, and just about got sideswiped by the 30 car Zachary Fitzwater. Now here comes Eric coming into pit road here, 45 miles an hour down pit road for the Kodak Film Chevrolet. And meantime, we got a battle for the lead brewing right here. That is the 77 car of Laura Chung and the 25 of Colin Cropley going at it here for the top spot here. We'll keep an eye on what's happened to the number 4 car and see what the reason is the reason he's on pit road for. And Eric now coming back on the racetrack here. So Eric Monaco, apparently a flat tire of some kind on that number 4 machine. And here he is. He's going to try to rejoin it back in the race right there, right in front of the 77 and 25 machines. The battle we was looking at for the top for position. And Chung got hung up behind the Ford car of Monaco. And here comes Cropley for the lead. And Cropley says, sorry that happened to you, Laura, but I'm just going to go ahead and take the lead right here. And he passes both Cropley Cropley passes both Chung and Monaco in one fell swoop. And now Monaco, I say it's not going to get a thanks from Laura Chung on that one right there. She was the leader of this race right there, and then gets hung up behind. And now she finally falls in behind Casey Hoy, who just took second away from her. So move the 25 Budweiser Chevrolet up to the top spot now. Colin Cropley, the Budweiser team, new member for Hendrick Motorsports, and he like a lot of some of the drivers we talk about have high hopes for this season as well too, and this season as well too. Remember, the Budweiser car was sponsored on Jessica Shelton's car when she won the championship last season with the 1994 Winston Cup car set. now Budweiser jumping ship from the 11 team and now heading over to the Hendrick Motorsports bunch. And Cropley right now has 21 laps remaining to try to hold everybody off. But Casey Hoyt, though, he's going to try to make a charge right there. He's got the push from Laura Chung. Chung again gets pushed up the track right there. Her car got really loose going in turn number 3 and loses third position now to Dylan Young. And now she falls in the clutches of the 40 car of Sean Galligan, and here comes Galligan down the low side. Ford on the outside, Pontiac on the low side as they go into turn number 3 now, and Galligan, who finished third in the Daytona 500, now moves into the 4th position in the Kendall Motor Oil Pontiac. So Galligan up the 4th position, Chung down the 5th, and Joshua Osborne now closing up as well, too, in the 8 car. Well, we saw how Quentin Moore drives Richmond International Raceway. Let's take a look at how Colin Cropley drives this track here. Cropley goes into turn number 3, 136 miles an hour, down to about 101 miles an hour in the middle of turns 3 and 4. And he'll drive into turn number 1, 143 miles an hour, and hits, and then on the brakes he goes there, down to that white, down on that yellow line, 100, even 100 miles an hour in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Cars do get a little bit tired here as the race goes on right there. The tires starting to wear out a little bit. And that's why the lap speeds as the race goes on, usually not as fast as they usually are on some tracks. And right now, Casey Hoyt is coming on Colin Cropley right now. Hoyt is coming with a beat on that 25 car. Casey Hoyt, as we mentioned, has won a few times in the NNSCRA Duracell Next Gen Cup Series, and he's looking for his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series win. The Factory Stores of America Ford, car number 75. A solid start to the season so far. And Hoyt trying to punch his ticket into the All-Star Race. The All-Star Race at Charlotte, to all the drivers who, all the drivers who has, it's for the All-Star Race at Charlotte, of course, is for drivers who have either won a championship previously in the series, provided if they signed up for it this season. Also for drivers who have, also for non-championship drivers who have won within the first 10 races of the season, from the Daytona 500 to race number 10 at Sonoma, California, the first road course race of the season. Hoyt or Cropley would like to punch their ticket into the All-Star Race by winning here today at Richmond. And right now it is down to 12 laps to go for Colin Cropley in car 25, but he's right there behind Raphael Leduc in 31 and the 7 car of Alexander Rowe. Cropley ducks down to the low side there, and Leduc backs off, says, "Okay, Cropley, you're faster than I am. I'll let you by me." And Casey Hoyt just about made contact with the 31 car, and now Eric Monaco stuck his nose to the low side of the 75 car. And I tell you, that 75 car is coming, though. Look at him, look at the 75 car go. And the 4 car just about turned him around. He gave him the bumper going through turns number 3 and 4. And that just makes Casey Hoyt just even madder right now, I'm sure, at this point. But that 4 car is not going to give up there. He gives them the bumper again, I'm sure, if not a tight draft. And that's a turn you never hear on short tracks, obviously. And whoa! I thought that 4 car was going to give him the bumper once again through 3 and 4 right there. This is absolutely crazy here at Richmond between these 2 cars. 0.3 of a second, the margin between first and second right now. And finally, the 4 car goes to the high side, goes to the low side, I should say. It sticks the 75 car up the track, and that should open it up for Cropley, obviously, to pull away and maybe win this race there. So, Yeah, there you see right there. It went from 35 hundredths of a second down to 75 hundredths of a second, or 3/4 of a second right now, between positions 1 and 2. And problems for Zachary Fitzwater in car number 30. And there is Fitzwater. He's going to come on the pit road here for an unscheduled pit stop. Second driver to do so here today. And I'm sure it's going to be over a tire failure maybe. And it is a tire failure on the number 30 Pennzoil Pontiac. That's like it was what we saw with Eric Monaco a little bit earlier in the race there. And that's pretty much screwed Monaco's day here at Richmond. Fitzwater was running. He was running in the back of the pack, though. He was not having a good day at this point. So the Michael Waltrip colors hits back on the racetrack right now. But unfortunately for Fitzwater, out of contention now with 6 laps remaining in the event. Give you one last look on where everybody's at right now. As you saw Casey Hoyt go to the inside of a lap car. There's Osborne. There's Matt McIntyre, 43 car. There's Cat Batson, Alex Miller. Quentin Moore falling back. He's now down to 11th position at Sitgo Ford. Caleb Vogler up to 12th spot. Christian Bracken, 13th. 14th is Emmanuel Hartnett, and Hiccup Bush running in 15th. And Nathan Hudson, obviously with some damage on the Valvoline Ford. Still running good, running in 16th position right now. Then Keith Batson, then Reggie Fogelman, Samet Oscon, and Dylan Poteet, the top 20 in this event here. Michael Turner, 21st, and Jessica Shelton. Not a typical Jessica Shelton day. She's in 22nd position right now in the Batman Forever Ford. Looking to maybe pick up a couple more spots if she can here at Richmond. Now she goes inside of Michael Turner in car number 10. Picks up another spot here up to 21st is Shelton. Now she tries to go inside of Dylan Poteet and just about giving the bumper coming through 3 and 4. 2 laps to go meantime, and the 25 car is going to get the white flag here this time by. That is Colin Cropley off the 4th turn, and he sees the white flag. He's got 1 lap to go here at Richmond International Raceway towards win number 1 in season 38. Cropley won twice last season. He won at Darlington and he won at Bristol, both in the early portion of the season. And here he gets one, and he wastes no time getting one this season. Colin Cropley wins the Mobil 1 400 at Richmond. Second place with a great performance, Casey Hoyt, and third goes to Dylan Young. Sean Galligan goes to 4th, and Laura Chung in for 5th. And 6th place goes to Joshua Osborne, 7th place to Matt McIntyre, 8th to Cat Batson, 9th to Alex Miller, and 10th position to Nathan Ormond. Caution free at Richmond. I would never thought I'd see the day where I say something like that in the series, actually. 124.284 miles an hour, the average speed in this event here today. And it's all Colin Cropley taking the victory here today at Richmond International Raceway. Dominates the last half of this event. We had 3 leaders in this event here today. So far, 3 races and 3 different winners here. Colin Cropley becomes the 3rd different winner here in the season. We gave you the top 10 already. Quentin Moore dropped back to 11th position after starting this race, I believe in 4th position. He dropped down to 11th in the final running order. Caleb Vogler comes home 12th. Then 13th goes to Christian Bracken. 14th to Emmanuel Hartnett. 15th to Hiccup Bush. 16th goes to Nathan Hudson, defending race winner here from last season. Keith Batson up to 17th in the final running order. 18th, Reggie Vogelman. 19th, Samet Oscon. And 20th goes to Dylan Poteet. Jessica Shelton ends up finishing 21st in this race here today. 22nd goes to Seth Colden. 23rd, James Henry. 24th, Michael Turner. 25th goes to Daniel Boyles. Carson Gum, 26th. 27th to Trent Dunham. 28th, Phil Parker. 29th, Eric Seller. And Andrew Rich rounds out the top 30. Then Sarah Eisner, 31st. Ali Liara, 32nd. 33rd goes to Kyler Sustre. 34th, Cole Deaver. 35th goes to Mitchell Hodak. Then Max Anderson, 36th. 37th goes to Kyle Matthews. Not a typical Kyle Matthews day, neither for him. Jeff Leinbach, 38th. 39th goes Alexander Rowe. 40th to Rafael Leduc. 41st, Eric Monaco. Heartbreaker for him. He had a top 5 run going before that problems hit him. And Zachary Fitzwater, who likewise from Monaco, also had a tire failure. He ended up finishing 2 laps down in 42nd position. 38 cars, finished this race on the lead lap. But for Colin Cropley, he wastes no time getting his first victory of the season. His first is, and I believe it's his first ever at Richmond, I believe, in this series. Holding off the hard-charging Casey Hoyt, and I tell you what, the rookie class, I'm sure, I'll tell you, look at that rookie class there, like Casey Hoyt, Hiccup Bush, Sarah Eisner, and several others. It is going to be one wild Rookie of the Year race. I mean, you watch as the season goes on here. But as we mentioned, Colin Cropley gets his first victory here this season. And if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got in-our races, we got gaming videos, we got in-our online videos. Whatever the person on the NNSCRA race, that's called desires to have for his channel. Be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Next Gen Cup Series and Duracell Ultra Light Series, the main 2 series on this channel. And if you want in on future seasons of the NNSCRA Duracell Ultra Light Series or Duracell Next Gen Cup Series, then be sure to get with Seth and he will get you going on that. Also, be sure to check out other channels from the NNSCRA community, of course, and you will not regret doing so. So that would do it here today at Richmond International Raceway. For now, this is James Colson, the production of the NNSCRA offline and online racing at its best. We'll see you at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Motorcraft 500.